Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build and also another Lil Simsy shell challenge submission. Today we're going to be tackling the Llama shell challenge, and as an added bonus I have made this one a limited pack build. So the packs we'll be using today are Base Game, Get Together, Growing Together, Home Chef Hustle, Dream Home Decorator, and also the Bathroom Clutter Kit. So not too many compared to the amount that I usually use. And also this shell is due, quote unquote due, on the 22nd, which is a Monday. It's also Earth Day, so yay, very exciting. So we are going to jump right in here, and here you will see the shell, and I picked out the door from Growing Together first and foremost because I was trying to figure out what kind of like color scheme we were going for, and I kind of just based it off this door. It kind of has like a grayish blue trim around the honey wood color of the door itself, so I kind of was like, I could just make this like a blue Suburban as a nod to Lil Simsy herself. So that was the whole inspiration, was just that door. And then I added the closet from Get Together, which is why I used Get Together in this build, because I like a lot of the items in there, and I also wanted to add a closet to that little tiny square to kind of make that bathroom smaller. Then over here we have the main bedroom, is that L shape. The one behind it is going to be the kids' bedroom. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and I think it came together really nice. Also, we're using the Home Chef Hustle countertops and upper head cabinets, and also the appliances. I love this kitchen set. If you're going to get a stuff pack, Home Chef Hustle is really great, and Cool Kitchen pairs very nicely with it as well. So that's an older one, and at the time it came out, it was like the only kitchen exclusive kind of pack that we had, so it was very popular. But I think it's really nice, and I use it all the time. I use like usually the combination of Home Chef Hustle and Cool Kitchen for like the hanging wall utensils and the cutting board and the knives. But obviously I didn't use that one in this build because I was trying to go for a limited pack build. Also, this couch and the rocking chair are also from Growing Together, and I really like the color scheme on the couch. It's like obviously beige and like off-white, but I like that on the pillows it's kind of like a reddish pattern. I thought that would be really easy to pick a nice rug for that. And Base Game, TV, and the Growing Together TV console table to go underneath, and also this end table from Growing Together. That is also a really nice pack, especially if you like craftsman and like traditional, I guess, furniture. And it is a little bit of a touch of modern in there as well, so you can kind of go either way with it. Also, I'm using this archway in between the living space and that little hallway to the bedrooms because I thought that was a nice separation. I really like this very large front porch space, so I make this real quick. And then I was adding a foundation, and I had to move the whole house because it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be on the lot, but now it is exactly where I want it to be. And we are adding the stairs from Get Together really quick, and I think that is a wise choice. I do change the swatch on that in a little bit, and then just picking out the beds I wanted to use just so I could get an idea of which direction I was going in when I came back to it, because this did take me 2-3 sessions. It didn't take me that long, actually. I got pretty lucky with this one. I think having limited packs was actually a little bit of a blessing, because even though it was a little out of my comfort zone, it made the whole build go a little faster because I didn't have as much to choose from, basically. Here you'll see I did add the roof off camera because just took me so long and I didn't want to bore you with the details, but I pretty much just used all gabled roofs and a couple of the hipped roofs. And I also used these vining trellis pieces on this side because I couldn't draw a wall. Usually I drew it out and then I put the vines on, but I couldn't keep that wall there because it is a shell challenge. You cannot add walls. You can add fences and you can add half walls, but you cannot add new walls. So I just drew the wall here so that I could get the vines to snap to it. And then I also sized down this one a little bit with tool mod and lowered it a little bit so that it kind of creeps up the side right here. And then I just deleted that wall, and I think it looks really nice from both sides. So not upset about that at all. And then we have the fence and the pillars also from Growing Together in that same color scheme as the door with like that light grayish blue. I thought it was so nice. Also, this back door is from Growing Together, and it is a much different style than the front door. It's like that modern style that also came with that pack, which is great to have two different like build styles or build buy styles in one pack because it makes it even more versatile. And then I'm using this vined fence piece from Get Together. At first I was going to use that hedgerow piece, but I didn't like it as much. So I did keep the vining archway, and I use it for both entrances to the yards. So I think that looks really nice. Here I'm switching around the kitchen yet again, adding more to this island and kind of rearranging my appliances. It wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. And then adding the sink and also the dishwasher, and I changed the orientation a little bit and added a little bit more of an island because I wanted the dishwasher to be on the inside of the island piece, not visible from when you like first walk in the door. I thought that was a nicer touch there. And then here I am adding another bookshelf over here from Growing Together to the other side, and I did notice that they kind of like have a little lip on the one side, but on the other it does not, and I just decided to ignore that and pretend that didn't exist. So there you go. If I hadn't said anything, you may not have noticed, but here we are. So I added a trash can to the kitchen because I had to make sure we had that. And then over here we have a coat rack at the front door, and I sized down this Growing Together rug to be like the entryway rug. And then I added this chair from Growing Together, but then instead went with this console table in the front entryway in this lovely blue tone because I haven't used this one, I don't think, ever. And I really like all the different color options. That came as an SDX drop a year ago, maybe even more. I'm not 100%. And then I decided I needed a mirror over top here, and I wanted to use this one from Growing Together, but I had to use Tool Mod and remove a whole bunch of walls to get it where I wanted it to be. So I lined it up with the table, rose it up a little bit just to make sure that's exactly what I wanted, and yes, it was. So I had to do this again, draw back all the walls, and then I used Tool Mod once more to raise it up with the elevate function. That is a very handy mod if you do a lot of building and you like to make custom pieces, or you like to combine things to make your own whatever piece of furniture that doesn't exist. It's a good option. And some shoes from Dream Home Decorator, which is the whole reason why I wanted to use Dream Home Decorator in the first place. And then here's just a little bit of window placement. I just wanted to make sure that I had all the windows that I wanted. I was going to use that 3 long one in the front, but I decided on these 2 double windows instead for the front. And then these long skinny windows in the bathrooms are perfect. Also, this base game sliding door for this side yard over here, it came in a very similar color tone, so I thought that worked out really nice. Repeated the stairs back here, but I only made them 1 wide because they took up too much space, and I wanted most of this yard space to be for the kiddo. So added some more of those pillars and also the fence. And then here we are throwing in some spandrels because they match. And I just like the way they look with the roof line, how everything meets together. It took me a while to figure out the outside swatches, but we picked this blue siding with the like built-in columns on the corners, and they actually work pretty well here. Sometimes they get messed up and they don't actually land in the corners where they're supposed to, but I think it worked out really well. And then the this little inner deck here has just the regular plank siding, and then the upper roof gables have like that kind of scalloped wood siding. I think that's really nice. And then some brick for all of the porch areas. Then what we're going to do is very unconventionally jump into the bathrooms first since there's 2 bathrooms in this house, and I pretty much knew I was going to use like the same clutter stuff and maybe even the same furniture. Figured we would just do them both at the same time just to get us started, get it out of the way. So here we go. We have the mirror from Get Together, and the vanity is from Growing Together. And then I pulled out this little electric toothbrush and also the soap pump, and they match. They're in like this unicorn kind of pattern, and I thought that was really fun. So I used that instead. And then the swatch changed on that vanity to a light green, which I very much enjoy. So I was like, I'm going to go with a very colorful theme in here. It's going to be like light green and pastels, and just go with it. It's very youthful bathroom. So this is kind of like the daughter's bathroom, but really they all share it. It's not an ensuite, so I saw no problem with it. And then the Home Chef Hustle tile for the walls in this green and pastel tone, and then the blue flooring from Growing Together, and that is the herringbone flooring that I love so much. And then a little bathroom hutch over here in the corner. I also selected a robe, and then I sized it down 1 click, and it is in this purple swatch for the kiddo. I thought that was nice. And also a base game bathroom rug, and I think I changed it to the yellow one, and that's pretty much it for all those things. We're adding a little wall towel over next to the sink, and then this little selection of kids towels on the wall as well. And then over here adding another towel bar to hang on this wall. I think I just went with the white because I like the way that the fixture matched the rest of them in the bathroom. Here is our second bathroom. You'll see it's pretty much all the same stuff. I do change the swatch later off camera on that soap pump because I realized I copied and pasted it and it's the same like unicorn swatch. This is not a unicorn bathroom. So it's more of a blue and cozy adult bathroom, but I use the same rug. I use the same bathroom clutter stuff like the toilet paper roll and the plunger, soap, toothpaste cup, and then my favorite little towel from Growing Together. One little base game plant over here. Well, I guess it's tall, but it's kind of skinny. And then that is pretty much it for that bathroom. Just changing the light to my favorite bathroom light and then doing the same for this bathroom. Now we're going to be working in the kitchen, and I've just picked this very plain like square white tile for the backsplash in the kitchen. Picked out the base game wood flooring. This is probably my favorite base game wood flooring because it's very dimensional and it's kind of shiny, but it's not like in your face shiny. I think it looks more natural in a way. And then I added this very long hutch piece to the corner down here. Now I did forget, and I'm going to mention this now, I did forget that this house has a basement. I forgot the shell came with a darn basement until the end. I was literally doing the screenshots. And then I went to save the lot to my library, and then I realized it had a basement. So my bad, I'm silly, totally forgot. So you will see none of the basement in this speed build, but there are pictures in the screenshots at the very end. So keep an eye out for that. But you will see in the screenshots that this hutch here, this little corner hutch in the kitchen is moved out, and those two corner stools are gone, because I built the wall out a little bit and I added a little secret bookcase door to go down a ladder to get to the basement. And it is a very special basement. So when we get there, you will see. But I just talked over me putting in all the lights. Here's some clutter going into the living room, all over the hutch and the bookcases. And most of that is from Growing Together. A little bit is from Dream Home Decorator. And then we are just placing some more wall lights over here. And I also decided on a chess table for in front of this window because I thought that we needed a little bit more of activities in here. There wasn't really enough to do other than watch TV and make food. So I thought this was a nice spot for it, and I did play test. Everybody could walk past that just fine. And then we are adding two little kitchen windows here. These are base game. The texture is not that great, but the color scheme kind of sort of matches. On the outside it's kind of bluish, so I made do with what we had. Also, we added a smoke detector. Here's some clutter to this corner cabinet. We have a cookbook, a knife block, a little like scale for measuring, and we also have some spices going up. And then near the sink we have a soap pump, a soap bar or sponge, however you want to look at it, and some stacks of plates. And I also put out, like, they're getting ready to make tomato sauce, so I put out all of the accoutrements for making tomato sauce, and those are from Home Chef Hustle, and I really love that pack for a lot of their clutter stuff because I think it just makes a lot of sense. And I also made sure to add some utensils next to the stove. And here I'm figuring out where the paper towel roll is going to go. It did take me a little while to figure that out, but after I did a little bit more rearranging and added some more plates, I think the sink area came together nicely. I would have liked to add a dish rack, but we don't have one in any of the packs that I have selected, except for Home Chef Hustle, but that one mounts to a wall, so that wasn't going to work with our island sink. And then over here I did put down a light and a plant, but I got rid of that light because it just wasn't really all that needed. Then over here we're back in the entryway. I did add a cute little basket on top of the console table, as well as a light, and then also a hanging light from Growing Together, and then one little kitchen mat where the sink is. I thought that was very, very necessary. I have one in my kitchen in front of my sink because I stand there an awful lot. And then we have the hallway here. I just put up some wall decorations from Growing Together, and also this little Dream Home Decorator like ottoman thing. It just looks so cozy. And then we are adding another rug from Dream Home Decorator. Then we are into the primary bedroom or the parents' room. And instead of end tables with lights, because it's kind of a squished space, I added some wall lights instead, these little globes with the silver fixture, and then a Dream Home Decorator rug. And I do go through the swatches and kind of change it up a little bit, I think. I don't think I ended up going with the purple one. I very well may have. But I think I went with this more greenish and beige purple one. I like this bed, and I haven't used it in this swatch yet, so I thought this was a good opportunity. And then the walls are base game, and I think they're really pretty with the green wallpaper and like the blue trim up on the top and bottom. Thought that was nice. Added the same light from the living room, some curtains that are the same as what I picked for the living room and kitchen areas as well, just a different swatch. And then a painting above the bed, also from Dream Home Decorator. And then I believe over here I just picked 3 more of these paintings in different swatches from Dream Home Decorator, kind of rearranged them. And then underneath, I think I just put another like ottoman or like a seating area. This one is also from Dream Home Decorator, just in a different style. And then I changed the swatch to more of a white and kind of golden wood toned texture, and then adding the large, very large vase of some dry grasses, because I just thought it looked nice and I needed to fill up this room. I had nothing else to put in here. And here's another one of those tall lights as well, just because it was a little dark, but I don't mind it. And here we are in the kids' room, and I'm putting down the pink wallpaper and then also some carpeting. But I did run into an issue here with this bed, which you will see shortly. When I was looking at the bed, I noticed that where there's supposed to be like pictures, there's like gray like empty spots, and I was wondering why that was. So I changed the bed to this one. It's just the other side, and I didn't see any of those gray squares, but there's also no artwork on the bed, so that made me a little upset. I'm not sure why that is, so I'm just going to chalk it up to The Sims being The Sims. But we have a cute bed with a desk underneath, and then I added the dresser, which is that little cubey thing, and also the bookshelf, which I think are just base game, and then this lovely activity table, which is from base game. And then I added some lovely pink curtains with like the little baubles on them. Those are from Growing Together. And then I wanted to add a dollhouse, so I used this lovely enormous pink and purple princess castle. I just sized it down one and kind of scooched it in the corner. And for the wall lights, I used these ones from base game as well. They're kind of purple with like a flower on them. I was really going for like a girly vibe, I guess, in this child's room, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I had a very girly room when I was a young child, so I think it makes sense. And here's a very large stuffed unicorn, because why not? And also I used that height chart, which is the freezer bunnies from Growing Together, and then I added some more wall art, some toys to the top of this dresser thing, and a lunchbox. There's like a unicorn piggy bank thing, and also a tiny pink violin. So this child is very well rounded with their activities. Over on the desk we have a little stack of books, which I thought was handy, and then I do end up adding a laptop to her desk very shortly. But first I'm going to add some wall decals. I really like this pretty, it's like springy tree decal that's on the wall. There's her laptop and also a little desk lamp. And then I think I add another area rug under her desk too that matches the bedspread. Like maybe they came as a set. And then I think behind the desk here, I do add the nightmare light so that if the kid has nightmares, it won't, you can't really have a monster under the bed if you have a bunk bed, but still, just in case, in case you want to change the bed, the anti-monster under the bed light is there. Then we're in the hallway, and I'm just placing this lovely sunflower photo here in the corner, and then some more plants. I think they're all base game, the ones that I added in here. And I'm pretty sure. I really like those. I used a lot of base game in this build that I don't normally use because I scroll past it and go right for my favorite things. And I'm not too upset about it, but it was really hard for me to do a limited pack build. But I did have a comment like 2 videos ago where someone said that they wished, they could play with it. They just didn't have all the packs. And that made me a little upset. So I want everybody to be able to enjoy the builds. And I do use a whole lot of packs. It is just what comes easiest to me. My creativity just runs rampant when I have all of the items. And I had to keep deselecting all of the packs in here because I didn't disable them through the app. I didn't want to go through that because I didn't want to mess anything up. So I was too concerned about messing up my game by doing that. I know you can, and I've seen all the other EA creators do that, but I was not comfortable, so I didn't do that. And I had to keep going through the filters and filtering out the ones that I was using, and it was driving me absolutely crazy. But after I got over that and kind of got used to just having to do that over and over again, it worked out really well and I like it. I don't know. I think this came out really cute. I hope you enjoy it too. And here is some more landscaping. We have some like big ferns going in, all of these lovely pink clumped flowers. Those are from Live Edit and Debug, but they are still from the same packs. All the packs I had mentioned before, they're just from the Live Edit and Debug sections of those packs. So it will not, they're not from different packs, which is very easy to do. If you just hit Debug and Live Edit, it's very easy to just pick something from a different pack unintentionally. And it was very difficult, but I made it work. That is me speaking very humbly because I am terrible at limited pack builds, but I did my best. I hope you like the landscaping. Just a lot of these bushes and stuff. I think these are from Growing Together, these boxy bushes that I use all around the perimeter. And of course, my little favorite corner trees. And then back here, we're just kind of repeating the same plants from the side yard from before, because I wanted to keep it pretty cohesive. And I really love those pink bunches of flowers. I think that they just kind of work to like complete a look if you're going for that. And then also this is a Live Edit plant as well. It has so many different kinds of flowers you can use, and I decided to go with yellow because I already had a lot of pink and purple going on, and I thought maybe give yellow some time to shine. And then some more of these corner trees, and I think eventually too I add some regular trees, like they're like the tall skinny trees right about here. I was going to go through just the first couple in the list, and I just picked out the same one, and I used it in 3 of the 4 corners of the build, and also here one in the middle, just to kind of round it out, make it look a little bit more grown into the environment and not quite so, I don't know. I didn't want it to stick out too bad. So we have our back grill area going in as well. I'm just repeating a bunch of these plants. I love those little flower and bushes. And then I sized down one tree here and snuck it into the corner behind the bigger one because the size difference was kind of bothering me, and I didn't want to clip inside of the house. And then over here, I'm just adding a whole bunch more flowers, same ones as before, and just lining them up in such a way. And then I decided to extend the patio a little bit more. I made a little corner piece as well with the floor tiles using Control F on my keyboard, and that is how I came up with the shape of the patio. And then I used a little tiny low-lying fence piece to kind of frame it all in like it was very intentional with the paving, and I think that it came out really cute. And later on you'll see I do end up adding a bar back there because I was decorating this front deck with all of this Growing Together outdoor furniture. I pulled out the bar and I realized it would be perfect in the back, so that's where I moved it to the back instead. Then we're adding some plants here. I have some flower boxes I pulled out from Growing Together Debug, and then this lovely arrangement of flowers over here from Growing Together in the other corner. And you will see I do have a Snowy Escape mailbox up on the wall. That is my bad. But when I went back and I saw what I did, I added a regular mailbox at the bottom of the stairs, right near where the bushes are. So don't worry, I caught my mistake before I got it saved. No worries. And then we're adding some more area rugs out here. These are kind of like utility mats. I thought that they worked well for the front deck area. And then also this furniture right here in front of us, I think the table is from Growing Together, and then the 2 chairs are from Growing Together. Also wanted to add a Don't Wake the Llama table here in the front, just like a fun little activity for the whole family to do together. Wanted something for that. And then over here, we are adding just a few more clutter pieces to the coffee table, and adding some like crates, and adding another plant to this table. And we're just doing all the things. I'm just cluttering up everything I possibly can and making it all work out. Also, some front and back and side lights for the porches. I really like these little tiny hanging lights that I have there. Also, some walkway lights, and I do end up adding some terrain paint right around here because I wanted to make sure there was terrain paint underneath all of the bushes and leading to the back area with like the walkway. So I think I used the stone one. I believe it's Base Game. There is one that's very similar that came with Growing Together, but I used this one from Base Game because the grass texture looked a little bit similar to the existing grass texture that was already here. Wouldn't require too much blending. It is a tiny bit darker, but I add some dirt on top of it anyway to make it more intentional, so I don't mind it so much. And then I think one of the last places we're going to be is this backyard. So here is our bar. I'm adding these chairs from Dream Home Decorator, and then also a base game little patio table, and I add some chairs to that as well. I'm pretty sure I used the base game chairs that came with the SDX drop maybe a few years ago. Those are really pretty. They kind of just match everything, and the wood tone went really well with Dream Home Decorator, so I thought that was nice. Adding some candles from Bathroom Clutter Kit in here as well. And then over by the grill, I wanted to add 2 little tables so you could set out the food after you were done making it, or if you wanted to put like some spices or, you know, accoutrements of that nature right next to it. I thought that would look nice. So I do end up doing exactly that. We have some spices. We have the grill brush and the lighter fluid from Debug and Live Edit, and also some plates from Home Chef Hustle. And then I add this little bottle of oil. It's like olive oil, I assume, next to the grill, because that would come in handy. And then I was going to add this other spice bottle, but decided against it. And then over here, we are adding some stone kind of rug pieces. They came with Get Together, just to kind of frame in where the grill went. I thought that was a nice touch. And also a smoke detector and more of these vines. And then I think back here, I also add a lovely little chair to the back deck, and that is also from Get Together. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. We are just about to wrap up. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see next. Also, keep an eye out for Simsy's tour of all of her shell challenge submissions. I think that's happening on the 22nd, which is a Monday. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.